welcome back. If you're returning, as always, if you're new, then welcome to the family. I've been thinking for a while to do a little series on meals that the family can have for under £5, and I thought I'd kick off with one of the favorites in my household. I've done this one so you can customize it to how you like. You can use the full £5, or you can even do this meal for, I believe, I don't know, under £3 if you wanted to do the simpler way. So I've got here just my pot, and it's just got water in there bubbling away. And to this I'm just going to add some salt. Not too much, I'd say that was probably about 2 teaspoons there, if that. And I'm going to add some oil to that as well. I'm using sunflower oil today. If you want to use another type of oil, that is perfectly fine. There's no stipulations on the type of oil you have to use. Right, so that's coming back up to the boil now. I'm just going to add in my spaghetti. You can get spaghetti from literally any supermarket, any off license. Obviously, bearing in mind that we are trying to stick to a particular budget to get this meal under £5, I do usually get the spaghetti from Tesco or Aldi or any one of those supermarkets that will do the pasta for a couple of pence. I think in Tesco there's one that they've got for 19 pence. There's another one for about 23p if I'm not mistaken. In Aldi it's around 20p thereabouts. So just check out whatever's nearest to you and see where you can get it from for the best price. Right, just gonna put this in now, and then as it's boiling it will go down into the pot and soften up. You're going to need a fork to separate and mix the pasta as it's going down. Obviously the oil helps to reduce the sticking, but we need to make sure that we're also separating the pasta because sometimes it does still stick a bit. So that's it. You're just gonna let it cook. On the packaging you'll have your guidelines for how long each particular pasta make is cooked for, and you can follow that, or generally I'd say give it about 7 to 8 minutes and it should be perfectly fine whilst it's boiling away. So that's it guys, so I'm just going to leave this, let it cook, and then I'll be back to show you the next bit. Alright, so it's been 7 minutes that my pasta's been cooking and I am happy to take it out now. What I'm going to do is strain it off with my colander and then set it aside. With your pasta, if you don't have cooking guidelines on the pack, which is very rare, what you want to do is you want to boil it and keep checking it. So you want to make sure that it's not soggy, it's not too soft, it's still got a little bit of a bite to it, but at the same time it's edible. I don't know if I'm making sense. So it shouldn't be crunchy, it shouldn't be too firm, but it shouldn't be mushy. So it's somewhere in between a little firm and overcooked, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but you know, it should be a little bit firm to the bite but not too hard to eat, and it shouldn't be mushy where you literally put it in your mouth and it dissolves away. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off, strain it off in my sink, and then I'm going to start off with my sauce. Some people save some of the water from the pasta to add to their sauce. Personally, I don't care for that, so but that's my preference. It's up to you if you want to do that. That's perfectly fine. There's no right and wrong way, it's just what you prefer. So I'm going to save that bigger pot at the back there on another burner because I'm going to transfer the pasta back into it. So let me just zoom you into this pot now. Ooh. Hopefully you can see that nicely. Oh my gosh, the this is just a lot. Anyway, so I'm going to put the pot now on a medium heat, and I'm going to be using Passata today. This particular one I bought in Aldi. You can get Passata in Tesco, Sainsbury's, Aldi, Lidl, literally all of the supermarkets you can get it in. And it's basically just pure tomatoes, but look for the smooth one, because I know some of them have the seeds in it and all of that good stuff. So you don't want that, you literally want one that is just smooth. Okay, right guys, sorry, I'm gonna need to readjust this tripod because it is just being a whole load of silly. Right, also I'm going to add into it some ground black pepper, some mixed herbs. You can buy any brand mixed herbs you want. This one came from Aldi also, and my favorite, parsley. You can use a different brand of parsley. This one I bought in Costco. I use a lot of parsley in my cooking, so I get the big tub from Costco, but you can buy a small one if you're not a huge parsley fan, or if you literally just want to use it as a one-off. You don't actually have to use parsley. You can go wild and use whatever herbs you prefer, or if you just want to use the mixed herbs, that's also fine. Obviously just bear in mind flavors when you're mixing them. Not everything goes together, not everything agrees with each other, so you're gonna have to keep that in mind. Okay, so all I'm literally going to do is just cut across the passata, my scissors, empty it into the pot whilst it's on the heat. You see how smooth that is? Oh gosh, it smells lovely as well. As when I'm doing this, sometimes I do add chili flakes, I add, you know, all sorts to it, but for the purpose of this video and the fact that we're basically trying to do meals that cost less, I'm just going to show you the simplified version of what I usually do. So even with the salt and black pepper, if you don't have that to hand, if you ever go out and you eat out at, I don't know, Nando's, KFC, whichever one of these shops, sometimes even the cafes, you can get these little sachets of salt and pepper. So if you want to cut back and save costs as well, and you know, might find yourself having to go out and buy a container of salt or whatever, you can just use those sachets. It's exactly the same thing, literally. So I'm just going to go in now with some black pepper. It's up to you how much you want to use. I've just used about half a teaspoon in there, and I'm going to add around about the same amount with salt. I've just used table salt. You can use the salt that you prefer. I'm going to go in with about a teaspoon of mixed herbs and a teaspoon of parsley, dried parsley. Okay, that was more than a teaspoon. I lied. Sorry guys. Sorry. But you know I like my dried parsley. If you're new to this channel, that's one thing you need to know. I absolutely love my parsley, so get used to it if you're gonna stick about. Oh gosh, my tripod just keeps moving about. I need to adjust it, but I have not got the strength to do it right now. Today's been a long day. I'm tired. I literally went to bed at about 3 something this morning, and then my children were up and bouncing at like 5, so y'all need to pray for me. Check in on your friends with children. We're not okay. Alright? We are not okay. Check in on us, please. So just gonna mix it in now. Get it all incorporated. Like I said, this is the simplified version. You can literally add whatever you want to it. You can add chili flakes, you can add paprika, you can add oregano, you can add whatever you want. You can put in a chicken stock cube, you can put in beef stock cube, whatever you want. But for the sake of this video, like I said, we're just doing the simplified version of it. So that's all mixed in now. I'm just gonna turn the heat down to a low heat. I'm just gonna let that simmer away so that all of the flavors can just marry together and do their thing. And then I'm gonna add the pasta into the pot that it was cooked in, and then put the sauce on top of it. Guys, if you want to, you can grate some cheese on top. You can just dress it up how you want. Sprinkle a bit of parsley. Rest assured, this will taste beautiful without cheese or anything added to it, so you can do it like that if you want. Right guys, so I'm just gonna let this do its thing and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so we've got our pasta transferred back into our pot that it was cooked in. We've got our sauce now. It's been simmering for about 2 minutes. So I'm just gonna add it in to our pasta. So I'm just going to do a bit of scraping here and just add it back in. And then it's up to you however you want to do it. You can use your spoon and mix it all in, or you can get a fork and toss it and do whatever you prefer. It's up to you. So I'm just going to mix it in with my fork. If you want as well, guys, if you've got young children, you can add a bit of ketchup to their dinner as well. Because I know children, they love their ketchup. They don't eat tomatoes, bless them, but they love ketchup. It's weird. It's actually weird. You can also add some cherry tomatoes to it. You can do whatever you want. Customize it for yourself and your budget. But like I said, this is the simplified version for those who might be on a little budget at the moment. Yeah, but that's it guys, that's literally it. So that is finished. Let me just take y'all in for a closer. There you go, and it's finished. So it's been under 12 minutes. You've got dinner and it's costing you less than a £5. Brilliant. But yeah, you can add prawns as well if you want, but that's it, you know, that's at the other end of the that's at the other end of the spectrum where cost is concerned. So it's up to you guys, totally up to you and your budget and what you want to do. So guys, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed this video and you try it out. Leave a thumbs up, like this video, share it, comment, and all of those good stuff. As always, you can find us on social media, and we will see you on the next one. Bye. Right guys, so this literally is what I've done with the children's dinner. I've just put the pasta in a plate. They're screaming there though, sorry. Just put the pasta in a plate and grated some cheese on top and just topped it off with some more dry parsley, and that's it literally.